Hey there, Liza Lions. I hope you're having an awesome day. Today, our project is not about learning any kind of art history or famous artists or fancy vocabulary words. Instead, we're going to learn how to draw, Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda is adorable. And before you guys write me emails, I know technically we don't know his name. He's just the child. But most people call him Baby Yoda, so I'm going to call him Baby Yoda as well. Baby Yoda is a character in the show The Mandalorian, and if you've spent a lot of time in your house just streaming Disney Plus and Netflix and Hulu, I'm right there with you. But sometimes we can be inspired by the stuff we see on TV, and it can inspire us to even make some awesome art. So go ahead and grab your supplies and let's get started. Alright, my friends, well, to start off your Baby Yoda drawing, just like always, you're going to choose something to draw your lines with. I like to use Sharpie, but as I always say, you can use whatever you have lying around the house. If you're worried about making mistakes, just use pencil. Nothing wrong with that. Now we're going to draw Baby Yoda, but we're going to start with the very top part of his head. To make things that look super cute and like babies, we have to make the heads pretty big. So find the middle of your paper, move a little higher up, and let's start by doing a slight frown. It's okay if it's not totally even, just do your best to make a slight frown on your paper. Now that's going to be the top of Baby Yoda's head. The next thing we're going to do are his very big ears. And I'm going to make one horizontal line stick out on that side and one that matches it sticking out on the other side. I try to make sure they're about the same length, but remember in art there's no mistakes, only happy accidents. This is your first try. And I don't mind telling you this is only my second or third time drawing Baby Yoda, so it's not going to be perfect and that's okay. Remember, we're just drawing this for fun. Now that I've got the top part of his ears, I got to do the bottom part. Now his ears are kind of triangle shaped, but I don't want to make them straight triangles because then they might look a little bit too much like horns. So instead, I'm going to start to draw a triangle, and then I'm going to make it curve just a little bit and stop about there. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side, trying to make sure that it kind of matches my other line. And I know these aren't perfect copies, but you know, in real life, people are not perfectly symmetrical, so it's okay if Baby Yoda is not perfectly symmetrical either. Inside the ears, we've got a little bit of detail. This detail kind of looks like an L. So I just draw an L, put it on its side, and I kind of curve that little bottom line on the L, just a tiny bit. Now we got to do Baby Yoda's chubby cheeks. I'm going to use a smile line, and I want the smile line to end about here, not quite in the middle, a little next to the middle. I might even do a guide dot to show where I want these cheeks to stop. One cheek will stop right here, one cheek will stop right here. Now the reason we are ending Baby Yoda's cheeks there is because Baby Yoda also has a cute little chinny chin. We want to show that little chin. And I'm just going to do a little smile line to connect those guide dots. Connect his cheeks together. Oh, perfect. Now let's do Baby Yoda's nose. Now the cuter something is, the farther down on the head the face will be. So if you're drawing somebody that's older and grown up, usually the face will be higher up. But when you're drawing someone that's a little younger, like a child, like someone maybe your age, the face is going to be a little lower. And when you're doing a baby, the face is going to be really low. So I'm going to do Yoda's nose right about here. Not quite at the bottom because I got to leave room for his mouth, but fairly low. Yoda's just got two little lines for his nose. Doesn't need to be anything crazy. And then his little mouth is going to go right under it. Just a smile. And then I like to put a tiny smile on either side to make his chubby cheeks. Now let's do those Baby Yoda eyes. His eyes are big and dark and almond shaped. Now a helpful hint. When you're drawing eyes, you should draw both eyes at the same time. I don't mean get two markers and try to draw them at the same time. I mean, when you draw one line for one eye, you should bounce over to the other side and do the other line for the other eye. Now Yoda's eyes, the child's eyes, are very, what we would call an almond shape. kind of like what we did with our Picasso project. So I'm going to draw a slight frown on this side, and I try to make it line up about with the corner of his mouth. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. Now by doing both those lines at the same time, I can make sure that they match. And if they don't, I can fix it. Then I'm going to do a smile that goes under the line. And I'm going to put it right about here. I try to leave a little extra space right there. You don't have to do that, that's just a detail I like to add. Okay. And his eyes look kind of empty and spooky right now. Now Baby Yoda actually has dark brown eyes, but it almost looks like they're black most of the time. They're also very big and very shiny, so I'm going to add some highlights. I'm going to do a highlight right here and right here to make a circle. Now, these circles are going to stay empty and white because they're highlights. They reflect the light around Baby Yoda. One highlight is good, two is better, so I'm going to do another highlight right here and another right here. And if I've got room, I might even do another little teeny tiny one. His eyes are very shiny indeed. And I'm going to go ahead and fill it in with black. If you want to wait and fill that in with a dark brown instead, that would be okay too. Either way. Now Baby Yoda is actually 50 years old. You see, the race that he is, the alien race he is, just does not age the same way we would age. But because he is so old, he's actually going to have some wrinkles. Not too many. I'm just going to do a little bit of a wrinkle right here and a little bit of a wrinkle right here. They almost look like eyebrows, but those are actually just the wrinkles or folds of his eyelid. And now I'm ready to do Baby Yoda's outfit. Remember, his head is very big, so I want his body to be a little bit smaller and a little bit shorter. Oh, let's not forget that Baby Yoda hair. This is one time when it is okay to draw every individual strand of hair. Normally that's a no-no in art class, but for Baby Yoda it works. Now Baby Yoda is wearing a robe, and that robe has a collar kind of made out of rectangles, but these rectangles are lying on their side. So I'm going to start by doing a diagonal line that comes out this way, and then I'm going to make a diagonal line that goes this direction. I'm going to make that line go back up, and then go back towards here. That's the first part of his collar. The second part is also a rectangle, but this one is on top of it. It does something we call overlapping. So when I do this rectangle, I have to make sure I bounce over the part I already drew. And use those diagonal lines to build that shape. It's okay if it's a little messy. Baby Yoda's outfit tends to get really wrinkly an awful lot, so it's okay if yours doesn't look quite like mine. Now I gotta do the rest of his little outfit. He's very short and stubby, so I'm not gonna make it go too far. I'm gonna start not quite on the corner. I'm gonna scooch in a little bit, and then I'm gonna make a line that comes out down, and one that does the same thing on the other side. I try to make almost like a triangle shape. These lines curve out a little more. I'm gonna make one curve that direction, and one curve that direction. And then I'm going to connect them with a straight line. Baby Yoda usually has like a seam going down the very middle of his robe, so I'm going to show that. And I'm also going to put a little bend in it, just like we did on those parts of his outfit. Oh no, he's missing his arms. Let's not forget that part. I'm going to make a line diagonal that way, and then back to the body. Then a line diagonal over here, and then back to the body. His sleeves are a little too long for him, so all we see of his hands are just a couple little claws peeking out. And now your Baby Yoda is all drawn and ready to be colored. Remember, you can color using whatever tools you want. Crayons, marker, watercolor, dirt, I don't know, whatever you've got lying around the house, use it, and let's color in our Baby Yoda. Remember, this is just like a coloring book page that you made, so try to stay neat and tidy and stay inside your lines. When I colored in Baby Yoda, I didn't do anything really special. I just used crayons, and I tried to press really firmly as I colored to keep my color nice and even. One thing I did that was a little different I used a pink crayon to give Baby Yoda some cute rosy baby cheeks. I'm giving Baby Yoda a little bit of ground to stand on, but I'm not going to worry about the rest of the background. I hope your Baby Yoda is looking as cute as mine! And I'll see you here next time for more art.